All right, guys, welcome back. This is Too Lit to Quit. We're going to be doing a video today on how to start Invention and kind of the basics of unlocking things early on, because it is kind of a weird skill compared to every other skill in the game. So this is just going to be the basics of how to get into it. So you're going to want to start at the Falador Lodestone if you've just unlocked Invention after getting 80 smithing, 80 div, and 80 crafting. The Invention Guild is just northeast of the Lodestone down the road. You'll see this wacky door here. Go ahead and click on it. Once you come in here, it's going to start a quest line with the dwarf that is the head of Invention in here, this guy, Doc. When you talk to him, when you come in here, it kind of just starts off a quest line. I've already started it, but it's going to go through like the basics of how to get into it. But even after going through the tutorial, it still can seem kind of confusing. So this is a basic. Everywhere you go, this is going to be the Invention workbench. There's two parts to the workbench. There's the discover side and then the manufacturing side. So first, you have to discover. So as you unlock things, you unlock different things you can discover through leveling up Invention. So like the Hammertron is an item that is for smithing, pyro box, all these different components. So like, let's just do unlock an augmented hatchet. So this will unlock augment that you can use on your hatchet to augment for cutting down trees. So it's going to open up this board here, and all these components, you just click them, right? So there's no specific order. I always like to start on the right and go left, and you hit prototype, and it'll keep the ones that are supposed to be there and X out the ones that are not supposed to be there. This has no impact on the discovery at all. So you're just going to keep going through here until you get all 5 that are needed to start the prototype. So boom. Now it's success. Looks like you're on the right track. So that part, some people will be like, oh no, I'm failing, blah, blah, this is going to have an impact. It doesn't have an impact at all. It's just like the weird start. So this is the part where it's kind of iffy, right? So doing the discoveries, you have to put the 5 in order. So just randomly select an order here, and it'll tell you at the bottom here, optimization is satisfactory. What you're looking for is it to say perfect. That'll give you the max experience you can get off discovering this augment. And that's, I mean, the best part about it is you always want to do perfect, because you want to get that. See how it says you get an extra 308 extra experience if you do it on satisfactory? I mean, that's good, but you know, we always want the max experience when we're leveling up a skill in this game. And also for Invention, this is one of the ways that you level it up. So you're going to want to switch them around until it says perfect. So those two still say satisfactory, so you just kind of switch this around. That one goes good. So let's move it back. And it's kind of just like a puzzle game. Just moving it around. That's poor. If it says poor, you move back the one you just moved and try to move something else somewhere else. So very good is a little bit better than satisfactory, because look, it goes up to 770 experience. Still not what we're looking for. We're looking for perfect. That one says excellent. That's the one right before perfect. That means everything is in place here except 2. So now you want to swap up every 2 around until you get to the one that is actually gonna get you to say perfect. And it's just a guessing game, really. It can be kind of annoying to try to get it exactly where you need it. So excellent. Let's see. Very good. Very good. Satisfactory. And you're like wondering, all right, what goes where? All right, so you just gotta keep moving them back, because it's got to be only 2 that are not in the right spots. As you can see, it says poor when you don't have it in the right order. Perfect. So now we got it all in the correct order. Once it's in the perfect optimization, you'll see the bonus experience that you're going to get from putting them in that order. You can go ahead and click invent. Boom. You just earned 1,541 Invention experience and discovered a new augment called the Augmented Hatchet. And the next part is going to be the manufacturing of your augments. So now, to get these components right here, materials, crafted parts. You hover over this with your mouse, it's going to tell you exactly what you need to disassemble with your invention to get these parts. So the head parts, you have to disassemble hatchets, battle axes, blunt weapons, pickaxes, wands, and ammunition. So like arrows, darts, stuff like that. Crafted parts, you have to do like summoning scrolls, pouches, spears, arrows. Hover each one. So like if one of these is red and you don't have the components, let's say like this one, oh, you need enhancing components. These are the items you're going to need, right? You're going to need the orbs, books, potions, glass, jewelry, food, and herbs. And you just have to disassemble any of those, get a big stack from the GE, or make a bunch of food or anything like that from doing cooking, and then disassemble that until you have the components you need to make this item. So we're going to go ahead and, let's see here, make an augmenter. You need enhancing. So let's just do something we already have the parts for. It's just like any other crafting. So a weapon gizmo shell. So what this is going to do, I can make 15 of these. We're only going to make one. I didn't mean to do that, but you get 550 experience. And what that shell does is these are the perks that you add on to weapons that you've already augmented. So like, let's see here. There should be a bank chest right in here. You can go to. Let's go to an item I already have augmented. Like I have a Ceradonan augmented weapon here. Pull it out of my inventory. And then you can add materials. So, and the best way to look up parts here is you can go and pull up the wiki. So this is a two-handed sword, right? Let's say it's a Ceradonan sword. So you can always use the wiki in your advantage. And you can pull up the information. So let's just see here. This is just going to give you the basic augmented Ceradonan sword. I have the Ceradonan God sword, but it applies to everything, right? So you got the augment on there, and then you want to add perks to it. So for the augment part of it here, these are called the weapon gizmo shells. So just go ahead and type in weapon gizmo shell, and this will give you all the information on the weapon gizmo shell, and then the perks. So these are all the different perks you can get for two-handed. So like these are the best one you want for two-handed here. This is under optimal PVM perk setups, and it tells you exactly the items you need to get these. So you can go ahead and click on precise 6, right? And it'll show you the suggested layout to make that specific perk. So I'll show you kind of like how you have to roll it, right? So it looks like you need 3 down of the armadillo components and then precise components, or you can just do all precise components. It's very rare, and so you can see here that you get either this or this perk. It rolls one or the other. This one is all armadillo components will give you exactly precise 5. So if you don't have the exact components you need to roll what you're trying to get, you kind of have to gamble. So just to give you an example here, let's see if we have anything we can use. I think we have precise parts. Yeah, right here. So let's just do precise. Try to get a precise roll for 1 through 4. But there's a chance. So you just double click these until it puts them all in there. And these are the options, that the possible perks that will happen when you make this shell. So we go ahead and do this, and it looks like we got cautious, which is cannot auto retaliate while this item is equipped, and also reduces the weapon's damage by 1% per rank. Blunted 4. So it's actually, not exactly what we want, but you get experience for doing this. So it's kind of like a gamble game. You just have to keep doing it over and over and over, and then you can use this on your weapon, and it'll give it that perk. Okay, but you have to augment the weapon first. And the way you augment your weapon is you get an augment. You can buy these or you can make these. They're very expensive, like $500,000, almost 600,000. So I got an augmenter right here. Just pull that out of the bank. Examine it. You know, it's about, oh, it's actually went down in price. So it's 400,000 right now. So that's good. Pull out a weapon you want to augment. Let's just do something. Let's see what we should augment here. I have a good bow. Let's see if it'll let me augment it, like a Zerite bow. All right, so augment the Zerite bow. It's going to tell you, do you want to convert this? It'll make it so you the process cannot be undone without using an augmentation dissolver, which is, so what we'll do is say okay. It's going to augment the bow. With the bow augmented, you'll see the little spinning gear on it. And now we can look at the preferred method for ranged. So a two-handed ranged weapon like a bow. We also, looks like we want, you can put 2 gizmos on your weapons at the higher level you get. At first, you're only going to have access to gizmo 1. So it looks like it's going to be the same thing. It wants to have precise on it. So or eruptive. So let's see here. We can run this again, make another one of these weapon shells. And then for doing your tools, like if you want to do hatchets and stuff, you use the tool one. But if you're doing weapons, obviously you click on weapon gizmo. This is going to be the perk shell that you use to make your perk. Let's just run this. Do precise again. See if we get a precise. See, we got a precise too. That's extremely lucky that we got that. And now what you do is, we got to level up in our invention. You pull the bow off, and you're going to take that precise 2 and you use it on your weapon here. And now you can see on the bottom there, it says the weapon has precise 2 on it. And what precise 2 does is, let's see here, when you have precise 2 on there, it's going to increase your average hit by 3%. So the higher the perk is, the more percentage you're going to have the increase, and it tells you the analysis of everything and the increasing of damage. So with the 2 on there, because there's a 3% hit increase, so an average hit increase of 1.65%. So that's how you do it. Also, you can see the item has a level underneath there. So once you level the item up, it'll get to a point where you can use a dissolver on the item, a gizmo dissolver here. And what that does is it'll dissolve the gizmo that you've attached to your weapon and give you all the experience you've gained on that weapon. So that's just the basics of it. It goes deeper and deeper. You can do it on your hatchets, you can do it on your pickaxes, you can do it on your armor. Like you can see here, my chest has augmentation on it right there, item level 2. My legs have augmentations on it. You can put them on your weapons. You can put them on your gear, you can put them on your tools, and then once it's max level, I think it starts off at level 5 is the highest level it can go, and then once you get to a certain level on Invention, you unlock that your augments can go even higher to level 10, and then once it hits max level, it stops gaining experience, and you want to use the dissolver on it to extract that experience. But that's the basics of Invention. It's a lot of trial and error. It's a lot of disassembling items. I'll just show you how to disassemble items real quick. So let's just say we take a stack of, I got some rune bolts here. We'll take those out. And you're going to want to go to your magic tab. Go to the magic spells and skilling. And it's going to be this little Invention logo that says disassemble. You can also click the eye and analysis. It's called analysis. You click on it. And it'll tell you when you disassemble this item, you're going to get a 72.5% chance of getting junk, or you get a smaller chance of getting base parts, head parts, spike parts, and rarely you'll get stunning components. And those are the items. So like if you want looking for stunning components, you go through this and hopefully see at the bottom left here in the chat box, hope it procs a stunning component. For ammo, you do 50 at a time. If you're doing weapons, it does 1 at a time. Food items, 1 at a time. But if you're doing anything that stacks like ammunition, you have to disassemble 50 at a time. So we didn't get anything like any of the rare components that you could get from this. but you do get some of the head components. And to check the amount of components you have, if you have your inventory open, you're going to go ahead and click on this little inventory item that looks like the Invention logo right underneath, right next to your currency pouch. And it'll pull up all your materials that you've disassembled. Like I have 13,000 junk. And then these are your uncommon. And then your rare materials. Fortunate components come from treasure trails. Knightly components come from like black knight armor, white knight armor, stuff like that. Anything that's like a knight armor piece. And then all these other components, you can hover over them. And it'll all tell you exactly where to get them. The perks that are established with them. Weapon perks, armor perks, and tool perks that are established with these items. So the wiki is a big help for knowing exactly what you want to put on any kind of item. Utility items, you know, it'll tell you necromancy, magic, range, melee, and you can up here go ahead. Oh, looks like someone followed my channel while I'm not even streaming. Well, thank you. So that's it. That's how it's gonna go. And if you guys have any questions anymore, I'll do a more detailed version later on how to dissolve your armor after it's leveled up. And this is the basic components, diving into Invention and how to get it all working. There's a lot of moving parts to it. If you have any questions, just ask me in the comments. I'll be able to supply you with any kind of help I can. And I hope you guys have a great day. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube, Too Lit to Quit. Drop by my Twitch. The links are below the video. You know, I got an Instagram as well if you want to follow that. I post regularly to it. But I try to stream every day on Twitch. We've been doing a lot of archaeology lately, so if you want to stop by and see like some of the mysteries for archaeology, probably go into a video of that too on how to complete all of those archaeology mysteries in another video. But I hope you guys have a great Tuesday and a great rest of your day, and make sure you like the channel. Go drop by my Twitch, make sure you follow that, just like Mr. Dark Hound 2000 just did. And I'll be streaming daily whenever I can. If I'm not out and about, I'll let you guys know. And I hope to help you out with all the videos on how to do everything in RuneScape. God bless you guys and have a great rest of your day.